Hello, it's John Heaton, and today I'm sorry, I forgot who recommended I do this video. Apologies for that, but someone recommended I do a son of video, like meaning songs which were a kind of son of a previous song released in that artist's career. And I've got a few, and I've probably missed a few, but here's a few, and it's quite an interesting concept, I think, worth a video. So I'm going to start off with Yellow Submarine from Revolver, which a lot of people reckon Ringo kind of copied for Octopus's Garden on Abbey Road. I would say there are similarities. They're both about under the sea, and they're both kind of happy-go-lucky songs, but I would say the Octopus's Garden song is a little bit more sophisticated musically. George is playing a superb guitar solo, and he's contributing that middle-eight chord sequence which we see him helping Ringo on in Let It Be. So it's a little bit more sophisticated as a song. It's more country and western, but there are similarities for sure. Next we've got Here Comes the Sun from Abbey Road, followed by, in '69, followed by Here Comes the Moon on his self-titled 10 years later. And I remember Kid Jensen on Radio 1 playing both tracks and saying, I really like this track off George's new album. And I was to be brutally honest with you, I was a bit underwhelmed by Here Comes the Moon when I first heard it on that Radio 1, but probably because I was listening on some shitty transistor radio. Having got the album and seen it in context, I think it's a fine track. It's not perhaps my favourite on the album, but it's got a really nice laid-back feel, and it's not as good as Here Comes the Sun, let's be honest, but it's worthy. Next we've got the Girl track from John Lennon from Rubber Soul. This is my US copy. And then I think the mature version of Girl, because he was still looking for his ideal woman in that song, and then he found it in Yoko, and Woman, as he said in Andy Peebles' interview and many others, Woman is a kind of 80s version of Girl. And it's kind of, instead of searching for the one, he's found the one and is now celebrating that person and his relationship with her and thanking her for what she's done for him. And it's very touching, and it's a very interesting comparison to compare those two songs. Next we've got, this isn't really connected other than through the title, we've got Paul's Yesterday from '65 on Help, and then the reverse with Tomorrow on Wildlife, '71. So, as I say, other than the titles being the opposite of each other, there's not a tremendous amount in common with those two songs. Yesterday is pretty much one of his timeless ballads. Tomorrow is not a bad album track, underrated I would say, but not a heavyweight track I would say, but nice harmony vocals and nice tune, and nothing offensive about it at all, and I like it a lot, but it's not really in the same league as Yesterday. Next we've got the How Do You Sleep song from '71, which was aimed at McCartney, and is a brilliant track musically, with George Harrison contributing this searing guitar solo and Nicky Hopkins' great keyboards. And then Steel and Glass from Walls and Bridges is a very similar song, both of them in A minor, I think, and both of them with a kind of similar string arrangement and a similar chorus. The Steel and Glass section, he's even got the ba-ba-ba-ba going on there in the chorus, just like How Do You Sleep, and it sounds a lot less vicious than How Do You Sleep, and allegedly it was aimed at Alan Klein, but he said in interviews he's not really sure who it's aimed at. Could be anyone really, but it's a great track. And I heard that Sean Lennon interviewed the other day saying he really likes that Steel and Glass track, and it was featured on the Give You Some Truth recent compilation. What else have we got? We got Oh Yoko from Here and Dear Yoko from Double Fantasy. So I guess nothing much in common other than they're both celebrations of his love for Yoko. Maybe lyrically they're nothing to write home about at all, they're very simplistic, but musically they're quite joyous, both of them. Probably prefer Dear Yoko in terms of the guitar sound. I like the guitar riff a lot, and I like the double fantasy band and the sound a little better than the imagined sound on O Yoko. O Yoko is noticeable for Phil Spector singing the harmony vocal on that song in the chorus. I'd love to turn you on that bit. So they're both joyous expressions of his love for Yoko, so I thought I'd mention those two. And then I think lastly we've got Julia, the song Lennon wrote about his mother on the White Album. Very moving, seashell eyes, half about Yoko, but you know, half of what I say is meaningless, but I say it just to reach you, Julia. Julia had been killed in 1957, I think, when John was only 16 or 17, and he obviously missed her greatly, and he's coming to terms with that in this song, and then later on he would take it to even more extreme in terms of getting rid of his emotions and exposing his emotions on Plastic Ono Band with the opening track, his mother. You had me, but I never had you. I wanted you, but you didn't want me. So I just got to tell you goodbye. Heartbreaking. Both songs are great, just different in mood, really. The Julia song is a very nice acoustic-only song, ending side 2 of the White Album. Mother comes in with this searing piano and Ringo's drums and Klaus's bass, nothing else. And that superb vocal. I don't think Lennon's sung better, much better than he does on this album all the way through. So that was just a few examples of son of songs from my collection. Be interested if you have any more you can think of, or if you have any comments. Thanks for watching. See you next time.